Starting in the 1940s and continuing through the 1950s and 60s, the Manitoba government invested heavily in road construction. The result was that people bought cars and they started driving all over the place, but they also wanted to do other things in their cars. They wanted to eat their meals in a car, in a drive-in restaurant, and they wanted to be entertained in their car in a drive-in movie theater, such as this one, the former Green Acres Drive-In near Brandon. Green Acres opened on the 9th of August, 1950, with the film A Song is Born, starring Danny Kaye and Virginia Mayo. So I've ditched my hot dog costume, and at this point I would have brought out the drone to get a view from the sky. Because you can often see things that way that you can't any other way, but unfortunately we're too close to a municipal airport. It wouldn't be safe for us to fly here, so instead I'm going to have to rely on satellite imagery on my phone. And what I can see looking at it is that we're standing right at the very back of the theater in what they might have said at one time was the place the lovers would collect. And from here are radiating sort of semicircles where all the cars would park. I'm told that at one time there was space here for 350 cars. All watching the movie, but in the center I can also see where the concession stand would have been, because one of the highlights of the movie was always, that at a break in the movie you'd go to the concession stand for a cool, refreshing drink, or a nice, enjoyable hot dog, or ice cream. Well, we're going to go check it out and see just what is left. What was once the social center of the drive-in is now a nice cattail marsh. I expect that probably at one time the building was dug into the ground. When they demolished it, they probably just left the hole and it filled in with water and became natural habitat for all sorts of bird life and other things. So that's kind of nice. There were very clearly lines where you could see where the cars had once parked, because they would raise them slightly so that when you parked your car, the car was sort of aiming upwards slightly so you could see the screen more easily. One of the things, of course, that people will remember about the experience is that the audio visuals, well, the visual isn't bad, but the audio was terrible. They would have this crappy little speaker hanging on a pole beside your car, which you would then pick up and hang from your window. And I can remember just how awful the sound was. Mono, and it was scratchy. It wasn't a great experience. But hey, you were doing it in your car. After the theater closed in the 1980s, they did a very thorough job at clearing out most of what was here. You can still see the places where the cars would have parked, but they've removed most of the posts where the speakers hung. We found a couple of pieces of metal that might have been those brackets, but I think the most clear evidence we found here is that one of the members of our production team found a piece of concrete right here. And it's almost in exactly where I would imagine the projection screen would have been. And so, conceivably, that's what this is. It's the remains of the foundation for the screen. So, there's not much here left to be seen, but I think it lives on in our memories. Do you have memories of sneaking into the drive-in? Tell us about them in the comments below.